Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole and here on We Mama I do lots of motherhood, lifestyle, cleaning and organisational videos. So if you like that kind of content I would love it if you could stick around and maybe consider subscribing. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be 5 of my baby must-haves. I have used the majority of these items on my firstborn and on my secondborn. These are things that I feel like every baby needs and they have saved my butt so many times. Some babies might not need them, other babies might. Obviously every baby is different, obviously every family is different, so some of these items might not work, some of them may help you out. I'll stop waffling and get straight into the video. On my list is Infocol or gripe water. Now my little boy Didier, we tried to breastfeed him, it didn't last very long and we ended up going straight to formula. He didn't always burp very well and you could just tell that he was very restless at night time because he was obviously getting lots of trapped wind, which is obviously very uncomfortable for a newborn baby. So our saving grace was Infocol and gripe water. These can be added into the milk mixtures and or just taken directly, and they can just help smooth things out in your baby's tummy. We tried both of these. My little boy definitely preferred the gripe water and we could definitely see that this worked almost immediately for my little boy. We would give it to him. I can't remember if it was before or after a feed. Obviously definitely check out with your doctors and on the box before using, but we would give this to him in a syringe and then we would just do like a bicycle movement where we just got his legs and did that with them so as to move the wind around his body, and the results were almost immediate. My little girl Nina, she is breastfed and we don't give her any of these. She doesn't really tend to get trapped wind, but I've got a feeling that as soon as we do start her on formula, when I stop breastfeeding, that we might need to pick up a few more bottles of these. At least I'm happy that I know that that's what I need to pick up if we do have any problem. Number 2 on my list is a Snuzpod. These are not exactly essential. I did not have a Snuzpod with my firstborn because I had a Moses basket that I picked up for £50 and I did not see the point in spending nearly £300 on a Snuzpod when I had a perfectly good Moses basket. At the time when Didier was born, the Moses basket, it worked absolutely fine, but it was just a nightmare. When I was breastfeeding him, trying to put him back into the Moses basket was just a nightmare, which did end in tears from me and him most nights. It was so hard to just lower him back down into the Moses basket and for him to be a little bit further away from me. It was just not ideal and I couldn't wait for him to actually go into his own bed because it was just really frustrating for both of us. I then made the decision when I found out that I was pregnant with baby number 2 was to buy a Snuzpod. I'd done a bit of research on them and people just seemed to love them. I still could not face paying £300 for a brand new Snuzpod, so I actually bought mine secondhand from Facebook Marketplace for £80, just from a lovely lady who lived down the road, and it has been fantastic. We gave it a good clean, we bought new mattresses and mattress protectors and blankets and covers, things like that. I'm not really into doing soft furnishings secondhand. It has been a fantastic buy for us and I'm already kicking myself that I didn't pick this up for my firstborn. It is just so easy to feed Nina on my side and to then just place her back into the Snuzpod. She's at my level. I love waking up and seeing her smiling back at me first thing in the morning instead of having to like look down into the Moses basket. It has been a great help and yes, I am kicking myself that I didn't buy it sooner. Number 3 on my list is swaddles. Now both of my babies have loved being swaddled. I can't really swaddle with a muslin blanket. I love these types of swaddles where they're velcro and you just put them in. It's almost like a little sack and you put them in and then you put all the velcro over and they swaddle up. I love these. These have just been fantastic for my babies. They settle straight away after I put them in them, and especially when like my newborn, I just can't calm them down if they're not sleeping very well, if they're not feeding, if they don't want to be put on the breast, if I just can't find any way to calm them down. If I swaddle them and put their dummy in, they go out like a light. Highly recommend. a Velcro swaddle. You can find these anywhere. I think I picked mine up from TK Maxx and from Amazon. Number 4 on my list is a snowsuit. My firstborn was born in January, so a snowsuit was essential. It gave me such a peace of mind that my baby was all wrapped up in a snowsuit. Sorry, I had to cut there because my family have just come home and the kids are downstairs, my husband's downstairs, so if you hear any background noise, that is why. But anyway, snowsuits were kind of essential for that freezing cold weather. Whilst we were going for walks with him in the pram, I had an episiotomy, so it was really good for me to get out and get walking again. So that's what we did. We went to like my local race course and just wandered around, just did laps. And so yes, it was very essential that he had a nice warm snowsuit. We bought a few from like Tesco, I think it was, and Primark. My brother ended up buying him a really nice warm one from John Lewis, which we've just recycled and used on Nina, and it is definitely one of my favourite pieces of their outerwear. Very cosy and snug, so yes, would definitely highly recommend getting a snowsuit, especially if you're in the UK or a colder climate. And last on my list is Milton. I really like Milton as a sterilising fluid. We had a steamer steriliser, and I also just had a bottle of liquid sterilising fluid just in case. This is really good for a multitude of things, from sterilising things like dummies and bottles and foodware, to also doing things like bath toys and just toys in general. So Milton is like a cold sterilising fluid, so what I would do for cleaning bath toys is just fill the bath up with cold water, add like 2-3 capfuls in, and it smells very much a bit like bleach, but it's safe, if you know what I mean. Obviously you don't want to let your child touch it, but you can basically, you don't really need to clean it afterwards, if you know what I mean. So I like to fill up the bath and then with it, and then I will add in all their bath toys, let them sit overnight, and then also do the same with the hard toys. I also do this in work because I'm in a nursery setting, and this is how we clean the toys on like a weekly basis. I really like that you can get this in a big bottle form, ready-made, or you can also buy the tablets. The tablets are a great way for sterilising on the go. Whenever we stayed with family members, I would just take the tablets with me, and all you have to do is get a big bowl of water or the sink and just put the tablets in, let them dissolve, and then you add whatever you need to sterilise into the water. So this was really good if we went down at my mum's or my dad's and we obviously don't want to take a huge steaming steriliser with us, or if we went away on holiday, this would be a really good idea. And I've also got a sterilising dummy pod from Milton, where they come with tiny little tablets and you can put them in the pod and you can sterilise dummies on the go, which is super handy. We really like Milton for camping trips. At the time Didier was 6 months old and we took him camping with us, so obviously we needed a way to sterilise the bottles and his knives and forks, things like that, so that was really handy to have. So guys, that is it. 5 of my definite must-haves for a baby. I know that this might be a bit different to obviously having the essentials such as wipes, a crib, but these are 5 things that maybe tend to get a little bit overlooked that have always been a bit of a lifesaver. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you in any way, I would love it if you could give it a big thumbs up. It really helps to grow and support my little channel. And my camera died. But yes, thank you so much for being here. Please leave any comments down below and I will see you in the next one. Bye!